Waterfall Pot. Alright, so we'll center it how you would always center it. Use whatever size clay you're comfortable with. There's no set size you'd want to do for something like this. And with the side of my hand here, I'm going to, just kind of lean into the pot to center it. Got my arm braced, really just locked onto the splash pan of the wheel. That's keeping me from getting thrown around a bunch. It just helps hold it steady. And just kind of roll my one hand down the side to help bring it into center. I'm just going to recenter real quick just to anyone who's having trouble with their centering. Same thing, I'm just going to basically make my arm like one solid piece. I'm just going to brace it right here on the wheel head, lean in, and just by holding it still, it's going to pull itself centered. And to get the shape I want, I'm just going to use this part of my hand and roll it right down the side here. Always 2 points of connection, not one over here and one over here. Everything's always working for one area. Make the hole. And I'm going to open it up, pulling it straight back towards myself. My right hand is just here for support to keep my left hand steady. And this is, you can have a small opening, a big opening. The waterfall pot's really abstract, whatever seems to work for you. But I've got, I don't know, off of this roughly 2 pounds of clay, I think I've got, it's like a 4-inch wide opening. And because later it's going to, if you want to take the photos to get the waterfall, to get the different waterfall angles, having it a little wider is going to allow you to get in there and do your thing. Hello. And compress the bottom real good. No, we're not going to talk about liver. It's all live. Alright, so same thing, we pull up the walls. Pretty much going to do, keep going for a straight pull. I'm not going to start going out until the end because it's basically just going to make a bowl. And it does help to have it a little bit on the thinner side when you're throwing the waterfall pot. So now we've lifted up the walls. Now I'm going to start to go out a little bit. Well, first, before I go out, I'm going to cut away some of this clay at the bottom. It's always easier to get that clay away from the bottom before you go out because it's harder to get under there to cut it away. Get rid of that clay we don't need there. And here I'm just going to, using the rib, I'm just going to kind of pull the clay right out into the rib to get the shape that I want. And this too also doesn't have to be, you don't want it, depending on the waterfall pot you're going for, obviously the taller you make it, the bigger the waterfall you're going to have, but also the narrower it is, the less options you'll have. So I'm going to kind of go somewhere in between. So I've got this bowl opened up like this. That's probably good. I don't really want any finger grooves in this because this is going to be kind of like a abstract sort of a thing. So I don't want to show like the wheel marks for what this is. I want this to look like something in nature, like a waterfall. So I'll clean off as much of these marks as I can. I'm going to need a soft rib to get in there. Using a soft rib on the inside and a rib on the outside. Just cleaning off all the finger grooves. Alright, that's probably enough for this one. So from here, this is also subjective to whatever tools you think you might want to use that works good for you. And we're just going to start making the different waterfalls that could be a part of it. You could go waterfall into a pond into a waterfall. And you're just going to really start to press into it and give it places to do its thing. So whether you want to use a tool or your hand, I'm going to do this one kind of different. And this is, for this one, what I'm going for, it's the inside of the pot that I care about. So when the video gets to the end, after I've shown you how I make all this stuff, I'll show you what the inside looks like. And so then within the finger mark, I'll even do a piece like that. Let's see, this one I'll do from the inside for fun. And so here, I'm going to be, I've got the tool on the inside, but I'm pushing up on the outside with my finger. And really just playing with the clay. This is nothing, doesn't have to be any which way. So, and it wouldn't hurt, I'm just doing this wet so you can see it, but you could let it set outside for 20-30 minutes. It's hot enough out there that it probably, make one while you're working on another pot, let it sit outside to set up a little bit. Now that we've kind of got, let's see, oh, it's not in focus. Hey. So that's what our inside looks like right now. And because there's going to be glaze and glass and things kind of melting and dripping towards the bottom, into the lake at the bottom, you need you can't just put the glass on a flat piece, because that's just gonna run right to the bottom. So you need to give it like almost, I'm gonna put some little, I don't know, the hot spring at the top of the waterfall. Let's do. And I'm really just trying to give it some divots, so that way when I put the glass and glazes on there, that it has somewhere to kind of pool up and sit. So we do want some flat areas. All right, so this thing is starting to look like a kindergartner made it, which it's the waterfall will come to life when it has the glaze on it. It's not. This is about bringing it to life with glaze more than what you're doing. So I mean, you could get real detailed and put little rocks and stuff, like work your way in there, like put little things and stuff in it. I'm just doing the smooth part of throwing it. But regardless, wherever I have it, I want some flat areas in there for the glass to be able to sit in, or just kind of pool a little bit. You can't just have it run straight down. So, all right. So now let's show you what we got going on the inside here now. Again. All right. So that's our inside now. Nothing fancy. This is about being natural looking and abstract. So that's basically what we'll start with. Now, when we go to put the glass in it and the glaze on it, all that's going to run and drip and just have a fun, cool texture that'll look like it's going down a little waterfall. So it's kind of like this miniature. You zoom in with your camera after it's glazed and get your photos going around the different angles, and it'll really kind of bring the waterfall to life.